Hey everyone, it's Carly and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a very exciting video that I have been dying to film, and that is the mid-year freak out book tag. This is my first time actually doing it here on my channel because last year I never did it, and I don't even think I really knew what it was last year, so I'm super fucking excited to be doing this. And I know a lot of my answers are probably going to be not surprising, and I feel like some of them would probably be pretty surprising. But enough rambling, I'm just going to start the video because I'm super excited. The first question is the best book that you read this year, and I feel like this is going to be no surprise because I've talked about this in a reading vlog and I literally stated this is my favorite book of the year, and that is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and annotated it a lot, and I just love this. I read this was it for a readathon? I think it might have been for a readathon. I have a vlog that I did that I'll link up in the cards that I read this in, and I was freaking out. I was completely heartbroken by, and I just love this book so much. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. Easy 5 out of 5 stars. I love this book so much. I already want to reread it, and I just read it this month, I think, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I definitely could not suggest it enough. Everybody and their grandmother knows what this book is about, so I'm not even gonna bother going into detail about it, but all I know is that you need to read this if you haven't yet. And I feel like I'm the last person in the world to have read this, but it was so worth it because it was so amazing. The next question is the best sequel that you read in 2019, and I don't really read sequels, and I don't really finish like series, so I really don't get to a sequel. So I only have a sequel in mind, but I'm going to be talking about a second volume to a series that I'm currently reading, and that is Saga Volume 2. I read this again this month for a readathon, I'm pretty sure, and I give this a 5 out of 5 stars, I'm pretty sure. And I really like this more than the first one, and Saga is just about, basically, it's kind of like a futuristic sci-fi graphic novel, and it's really, really good. Very adult content like, but it's really fucking good. If you guys don't know what it's about, it's basically just about like it's a girl and a guy. They're both like kind of like against each other, like they're teams. I don't want to say teams, but like I don't know how to explain it, but just who they are. They're not really allowed to be together. They're not allowed to be friends, none of that. And so people are after to kill them, and they had a kid together, and it's just them trying to save like their kid's life and to give them a better life, and you know, being on the run from bad people and stuff like that. So, but it's like really good, and it's so different from what I usually read, and I'm so really surprised that I actually love this. And I know it's not a sequel, but it's just a second volume, so I feel like I kind of just could mash those two and just change it up a little bit. So the third question is new releases you haven't read but you want to. So I have a few books in mind. The first one would be Heartstopper Volume 2. I forget the author, but I pre-ordered that, and that comes out in July, so I should be getting that soon, which I'm super excited about because that's the first book I actually pre-ordered ever. Second one is The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. This is another contemporary romance. It's basically about like these two people that have to share a flat together, and you know, just shit comes out of it, and I'm so excited for that. I think I've heard that from Chelsea Dowling Reed. It's really good. She did like a vlog talking about it, or no, it was when she was reading like all of her arcs that were coming out that week or whatever, if you guys didn't see that video, but like it was really good, and I was like, okay, wow, I need this. The next one will be The Honeymooners by Christina Lauren. Yes, I'm very late. I actually requested it from my library, but I have yet to get it. I'm on a waiting list because it's just that great apparently. So I'm actually really excited to read that because again, this year I actually read my first Christina Lauren book and I didn't like it, which I'll talk about in this later. The next one after that would be Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Yes, I'm like the last person on the damn earth that hasn't read this yet as well. Again, I'm kind of scared to read it, but I'm also kind of really interested in reading it just because there's so many different opinions out there, so that's another one. And the last one is Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me, which I actually have the physical copy right here. I was gifted this by my friend Angel, so again, thank you Angel, love you. And I'm really excited to read this. It's such a beautiful cover, and it's a hardback too, which is really nice. It's a graphic novel about, I really don't even know what it's about, but I just wanted to read it so badly. The fourth question is the most anticipated release for the second half of the year. And okay, so I tried looking up second half of the year releases, and I didn't really recognize any from any other booktubers that have talked about them, or any books that I really cared for, so I really don't have any, which I hate to say that because I don't really pay attention to like release dates. I just know them from like booktube and stuff like that, so I actually don't have one for that. The fifth question is your biggest disappointment. I feel like that's a pretty easy one. Daisy Jones and a Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, I really did not like this book. I gave it a 3 stars. I actually originally gave it like a 4, then it went down to 3.5, and now it's just a 3. Honestly, it just gets lower and lower as I go. I really did not care for this book. There was just no plot really behind it. I really just did not care for any of the characters. I listened to an audiobook, which is really nice because there's a full cast, but again, I just did not really care for this book, and I would love to get rid of it, but I spent $20 on it, so it's not even like worth it to me. I might just send it to my bookstore and get some money for that so I can get other better books. So that's what I have to say about this. I didn't like it, and that's it. And my second disappointment book for this year is Autobiography by Christina Lauren. which I have a copy of it right here because I took it out from my library, but I listened to an audiobook for, again, another readathon this month. But I really did not like this. I gave it a 2 out of 5 stars, I'm pretty sure. It's about a guy and another guy. It's a male-male romance, oh my goodness. It's about this kid named, I want to say Ben? No, I don't know. I don't even know their names anymore because I don't really care. I want to say his name is Ben, and he's moving to Utah from like California, and he's gay and he's out about it. No, he's bisexual. He's out about it, and he moves to Utah where it's a very Mormon area, and he meets this guy named Sebastian, and he is Mormon, and they kind of like, he is just very obsessed with Sebastian. This is how I took on it. This is my stance on it. I feel like Ben was very obsessed with Sebastian, and Sebastian wasn't really feeling that towards him until like Ben kind of forced him to feel that way. And it was like a romance in it, but it was just really, I didn't like the romance. I liked the writing more than anything. I just did not like the romance. So I really hope that there's a better Christina Lauren book out there, because this was just not it for me, and I really did not like it. And I'm hoping the Honeymooners is so much better, because this was absolutely trash to me. My biggest surprise is On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I just finished this again this month for an audiobook, and I fucking love this book. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. It was beautiful, so relevant, it's just amazing. So it's about this girl named Brie, and she is wanting to become the newest rapper, and basically it's just about her life and her trying to face a lot of challenges on her way to becoming a rapper, basically, and just all the things that she faces with family and friends and just her life. And it's a really good book. It's so relatable to our world today, and because of that book, I actually am definitely picking up more of Angie Thomas's books, because they are just so great so far, and I am loving it so much. Number 7 is your favorite new to you or debut author, and mine is Tessa Bailey, which she wrote Fixer Up, and if you guys can't tell, I fucking love this book. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. Again, there's so many opinions about this book out there, but I've seen nothing but great things. It's a very smutty adult romance, which I think this is my first adult romance, so I love this so much. It's about a guy named Travis Ford and a girl named Georgie Castle, and basically Georgie is a clown. She does clowning, and it was a business as a clown, and her family thinks of her kind of as like the kid in the family and not like an adult. And then Travis is once was baseball player, but he hurt himself, and he is best friends with Georgie's brother, and so there's like the can't date your little brother, you can't date your best friend's little sister trope, and then the fake dating trope, which it was amazing, so good. And I just love this. This is not her first book either, but it's the only first book that I've heard from her. She has plenty other books, and they're all smutty, so I'm definitely going to be checking her books out some more, because this was amazing. I read this in like 2 days. I loved it so much. And basically it's just about their romance, and it's just so fucking good. I cannot suggest it enough. It's so fucking smutty, and I loved it. Next is your newest fictional character crush, and I don't know, get crushes on characters, because I don't really remember characters, but if I have to say one, I think it would be the Darkling from Shadow and Bone. Sorry, yeah, I liked him as a character. He's a bad guy. I love bad guys. I love bad boys. Yeah, I really liked the Darkling. He was Next is your newest favorite character. So for that one, I actually chose Evelyn Hugo from The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I really enjoyed her as a character, all her flaws and everything. I think she's like the only main character that I've actually really enjoyed from a book before, because I usually don't care for main characters in books. I really tend to hate them, actually. But she was one that I actually really enjoyed, even though she was completely flawed. I just loved hearing about her life and just everything. That book I just loved the entire book. That's all I can really say. Next is a book that made you happy, and again, Fixer Up by Tessa Bailey. It just made me really happy. It gave you so many feels. It was a great overall book. Also, a book that made you cry, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. That's the only book that actually kind of almost brought tears to my eyes. I felt it in my throat. I was about to cry. My little balls out. And next question is your favorite book to film adaptation. So the only film that I watched that was a book was the Miseducation of Cameron Post, and I really didn't care for the movie. I wasn't really paying attention to it because it was kind of boring. I'm not really going to talk about that, and I didn't watch the movie After by Anna Todd, just because I got rid of the books and I never got around to it, because actually anywhere online doesn't even have any like legal uploading of After, so I'm not going to go waste my money at the movie theaters to watch After by Anna Todd. So next is your favorite post you've done this year, and for me that would actually be my reading vlogs. I really have been loving doing reading vlogs. If you guys don't know, I started doing reading vlogs just about maybe like 6 weeks ago, actually. I think I'm on my 6th one already. I don't really know. I started off with doing like weekly ones and I did weekend ones, and then now I'm doing like a complete entire week, and I have been loving doing them so much. It's been so fun, and it's just, I feel like it's also getting me to read more because I've been reading so much more these past few months, and like this month I've read, not gonna tell you how many books, but it's been fucking great. I had an amazing reading month, so I feel like because of reading vlogs, it's so much fun just to read more and be like, here's the book that I read for this week, and it's just, I don't know, it's just so much fun, and it's just so like laid back and relaxing instead of having to do like sit down videos and stuff like that. It's just something different, and I really have been enjoying them so much. Next is the most beautiful book that you've bought this year, and I think for that one I'm just gonna go with The Diviners by Libba Bray because it's such a pretty cover, or I'll even just say Lardine Keeps Breaking Up With Me because that's a really cute cover too, but this one's also really pretty, and it's a fat ass book too, but it's really cute, and even on the inside, woo! Even on the inside cover, it's really cute too. And the last question is, what are the books that you need to read by the end of the year? And honestly, I don't really have any. I'm just trying to eliminate more books on my TBR, either getting rid of them or just reading them all, but I'm just trying to break down my TBR a lot more. If you guys didn't know, I did start doing my TBR jar last month. Well, this month, I feel like that's gonna help me because I'm gonna pick like 2 books, but this month I actually might pick a little bit more books to read on my TBR just because I have so many books, and I put myself on a book buying ban, but then I'm kind of like off it now, but I'm not going crazy with books. I'm just buying books that are on my TBR strictly. So I have whatever books that are on my TBR that I want to read, and then I also want to finish my Happy Hustle High manga volumes. I have 2 volumes left. I'm in the middle of volume 4, and then I have volume 5, and then I'm done. I would like to finish that this year because I did start that this year. I literally started it like last month, and I'm already halfway through it, so I feel like that's the only actual series or books that I really need to finish, because other than that, my TBR is very open to anything. Like new releases like Heartstopper, I'm going to read that one. Obviously, it's one that I need to read as well. But I'm not really strictly, I mean, I guess I want to finish City of Bones by Cassandra Clare too, because I'm like in the middle of that, and like I've been reading it very slowly, but I guess by the end of the year I would like to finish that, which I think I'll be able to do that, no problem. So I think that's really it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a big like and subscribe down below to join the family, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!